Howdy folks, Laxo here, and today we are going to be discussing Warsouls. We have gotten 4 new Warsouls with this event, so I'm going to be discussing each one of them, where they shine, where you should, and where you shouldn't use them. The first Warsoul I'm going to take a look at here is probably one of the best, if not the best, character Warsouls we have. That is Byakuya's new Warsoul. So the reason why this Warsoul is so good is because it just gives you flat damage reduction. Of course, based on bleeding units, so it's not guaranteed, but if you put a character like Nell, let's just say, at least a 4-star Nell on the team with whoever has this Warsoul, you are guaranteed to get 6 procs of this Warsoul. So at max 6 procs of this Warsoul, you are looking at 37.5 increased damage reduction rate. Now, the reason why that's so good is because you also get a 15% HP boost. Not very many character Warsouls gives you anything even remotely close to that. So let's take a look here at Byakuya's... Oh, by the way, this is only a 5-star Byakuya. At 6-star, he's going to get this extra 12% damage reduction. So let's take a look here at his stats. Let's include that 37.5% damage reduction rate and that 12% damage reduction rate. So what we're looking at here is 46.5 is what he's at right now. As soon as I get him to level 6, or 6-star, which will be probably tomorrow or the next day, we are going to be looking at plus 12%. And then after that, we're going to be putting on this Warsoul here, which is going to give him an extra 37.5% increased damage reduction. At that point, we are looking at 96.05% damage reduction rate. Now, that is unfair because it will only be technically 58.5% damage reduction rate. However, the extra 37.5% damage, or the extra damage you will be taking, will be reduced by an additional 37.5% damage reduction. So, all in all, if you add it all together, it would be 96.05% damage reduction rate, which is absolutely nuts for character Warsoul. That is again why I am claiming this is probably the best character Warsoul we have. However, we do have other good character Warsouls, but I do believe Byakuya's character Warsoul is the best. Alright, the next Warsoul I'm going to be looking at is going to be the Total Warsoul. Alright, the Nobility Warsoul. I believe you have to get to 220 pulls to get this Warsoul. And if you have been saving up your Jades throughout the last month, you should have enough for 220 pulls to get this Warsoul. Now, why this Warsoul is so good is because it adds 6.25% to your entire count. All your characters get an extra 6.25% HP and defense. So that's why this character, or I'm sorry, this Warsoul, regular Warsoul, is a must. Now, you don't have to put it on one of your main characters. As you can see, I have it on Ikkaku. And I'm getting just as good as a boost as if I were to put it on, I don't know, Warsouls or Ichigo. So just make sure you have the specialty matched up with the character and toss it on any character that matches that specialty. Once again, I believe this Warsoul is mandatory. You must get it. Very, very important, especially if you want to keep up. You definitely need that Warsoul. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at our 2 other Warsouls that we have. And by have, I mean we'll be getting tomorrow, most likely. So as you can see here, the Bravery Warsoul. What I have noticed about all 3 of these Warsouls is they work with Byakuya. You know, they go on characters that you put on Byakuya's team. So, Bravery Warsoul, increase attack by 15%, Increase damage dealt to bleeding enemies, of course. Let's just round this up to 19%. I believe it's 18.75. We're just going to go ahead and say 19%. So, I believe we had a Warsoul, I believe it was the Sunglasses Warsoul that came out with the Hallibell, Travel Season Hallibell, and it was pretty similar to this. And that Warsoul is obviously very, very important, very, very good, and so is the Bravery Warsoul. Once again, not mandatory by any means. You could toss on another Warsoul like Crit, or since this is bleeding, you could toss it on, or you could toss on a different Warsoul like Crimson if it's a bleeding character, but any other Warsoul will do. Not mandatory, but it's definitely nice. Getting that extra 19% damage, and of course you get the extra 15% attack here as well. Now, the last Warsoul we're going to be looking at here is the Extravagant Warsoul. Now, this Warsoul, once again, is pretty important. Not important enough for you to do 600 pulls to get it, but if you have an extra, I believe, 40 candies sitting around and you don't know what to get it, or you don't know what to spend them on, hey, the Extravagant Warsoul is not a bad choice. Let's check it out. Increase HP by 15%. When receiving damage greater than 30% of your max HP, gain a shield equal to, let's just round this up to 19% of your max HP for 1 round. The shield cannot be dispelled. This ability can be activated up to 2 times per battle. So the downside we have with this Warsoul, the downside is, 1, you have to take at least 30% damage to get the effect to go off, and 30% damage is kind of finicky sometimes, especially if you get attacked by a character like, let's just say, Soyphone or Nell that have bleed procs. You don't always get hit with 30%. The extra bleed procs do damage, and that is not included in the 30%. So, not great to be used against those characters, but there are a bunch of characters still like Byakuya that do just tons of damage. So this is good. Another downside I see about this Warsoul is the shield only lasts for 1 round. So if it's the very end of the round, you get attacked, the very last character to go off, boom, you take that 30% damage. Hey, you get your 19% shield. Well, it goes away at the start of, or at the next round, so it didn't really work out too much. So with this Warsoul, you're just hoping to put it on a character such as, and what I do like about these Warsouls is when you have characters, any kind of support characters that are skill specialty, they take a lot of damage, especially from attack specialty units. So most of the time, or I shouldn't say most of the time, but a good chunk of the time, they will get hit with over 30% damage, so they can, boom, instantly get that 19% shield back. It's based off your max HP, not your missing, but max HP, which is really good. So, hey, you get that extra shield. Good. It'll help that character survive that round. And let's hope you have another character. The reason why I brought it up when I said skill specialty is because you could put it on a unit like, I don't know, Nell, for example. And at the end of the round, boom, you get your health back. It'll help keep you alive for that extra round. Now, I don't know if this will help out too much in 1v1, but it could help out characters such as Nemu. Once again, skill specialty, she gets chunked pretty hard. And boom, she gets chunked over 30%, she dies, she comes back, and she gets a shield. Hey, would you look at that? Now she can have that extra life. And an extra shield as well. And it happens twice per battle, so that 19% is all of a sudden looking closer to 40%. Which is quite nice. So, Extravagant Warsoul, great. I actually would like to do a little bit of testing on it. I don't think I'll be able to max the Warsoul because I spent so many of my resources on the other Warsouls, but it is a pretty good looking Warsoul, and I would really like to try it on any kind of skill specialty support unit. And of course we have many good skill specialty support units. For example, hey, Gein's not bad. Over here we have Nemu, she's not bad. Hey, Kira's not too bad. What else we got? Nini, she's not too bad. I believe Ulquiorra SSR, not too bad. Hey, we got Soyphone over here. I'm sorry, not Soyphone. Unohana, she's also pretty good, and she's a healer, and the Warsoul gives HP as well, so that's pretty solid. Any of the other healers that are, of course, skill specialty, great for them. Nell, once again, as I was saying earlier, fantastic. So we have a bunch of good characters that Warsoul will just... Oh, and can't forget, of course, Cotton Kill Cuts. Fantastic to have it on her as well. Oh, actually, it wouldn't be bad on Urahara either, especially if you have him at 7 Awakened Runes over here. That'll just stack with the runes and stack with the other Warsouls we have as well, so that'll be actually nuts to have on him. Again, Ulquiorra. I do like to have the Ulquiorra Soul Hall with my bleed team, so that does work out pretty well. But, anyways, all Warsouls are good. I don't think that they are 100% must. The only Warsouls that I think are a must are the total Warsouls. I believe they are mandatory, so do your best to save up for those. Character Warsouls, obviously try and get all the characters. If you do get the 220 pulls, you should absolutely have the character. And of course, this character, Byakuya, is pretty solid, but once again, his Warsoul is fantastic. So if you can get his Warsoul, definitely I suggest investing into it. You don't have to get it to gold because gold takes a lot of shards, so purple is good as well. And don't forget, when you have it on purple, you can re-roll the specialty for only 2, I believe it's Awakened Essences. It's only 2 Awakened Essences instead of the 5 or the 10 it costs when it's gold. So let's see here. How much is it? 4. Okay. So it only costs 4, but if it's a purple Warsoul, it only costs 2. So I do suggest re-rolling the skill specialties on any and all Warsouls that are purple before they hit gold. And that's characters. So, but with that being said, guys, that will just about wrap this one up here. I would like to do some more testing with Byakuya. I have done actually quite a bit of testing, and I have asked a couple people in my on my server to take out Soyphone from their lineup, because I have noticed that Soyphone wrecks the teams, and it's very difficult to run Byakuya against teams with Soyphone, because that's just the way it goes. So, anyways, guys, that's gonna wrap this one up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed this. Like the channel as well, or like the video as well. I'd appreciate that. If you guys like to chit chat, feel free to join my Discord. You can talk to me there. And as per usual, guys, catch you all in the next one. Peace.